I still remember the morning after my accident. The world outside was waking up, but for me everything felt strangely still, as if time itself had slowed down just for me. My breathing had finally improved enough for the doctors to ease me out of the coma. I could sense the relief in their voices and in the way my family hovered nearby, hopeful but anxious. Waking up, everything felt different, like the world had shifted. The ceiling tiles above me were unfamiliar, and the beeping of machines was the only soundtrack to my new reality. The first thing I noticed, I couldn't smell anything. It was as if a whole sense had been erased, leaving me feeling even more disconnected from the world around me. A nurse handed me an apple juice box, told me to blow my nose, then take a sniff. I followed her instructions, desperate for any sign of normalcy. Suddenly the scent rushed back, but so did a new problem. The relief of smelling that sweet apple juice was instantly replaced by a strange, uncomfortable pressure in my face. Blowing my nose pushed air through the fractures in my eye socket and literally made my left eye bulge out. It was a sensation I never could have imagined. Painful, bizarre, and honestly, a little surreal. It was wild and honestly terrifying. I remember staring at my reflection, barely recognizing the person looking back at me. The ophthalmologist reassured me, "Don't worry, your eye will slide back into place as the air escapes." Even so, I couldn't help but worry about what else might go wrong, but there was no way to know how long that would take. Every hour felt like a day, and I was left waiting, hoping for things to return to normal. With a broken nose, a face full of fractures, and an eye that looked like I'd gone 12 rounds with a heavyweight, I got cleared to go home. I was grateful, but also scared. Leaving the hospital meant facing the world in a whole new way. Those first few months were brutal. Every day was a battle just to get out of bed, to eat, to try and heal. Everything felt like it was on pause, my life, my dreams, even my sense of who I was. I spent hours staring out the window wondering if I'd ever feel like myself again. I couldn't even see straight for weeks. The world was a blur, and it made even the simplest tasks feel impossible. Walking in a straight line at physical therapy felt like climbing a mountain. Every step was shaky, and I had to relearn how to trust my own body. There were days when it all felt too much, and honestly I broke down more than once. The frustration and sadness would hit me in waves, and sometimes all I could do was let myself cry. One of those moments hit me hardest when I returned to the baseball field. The place that once felt like home now felt foreign, almost intimidating. Baseball had always been my thing. It was more than a sport. It was a connection to my childhood, my family, and my dreams. My dad played in the minors, and I grew up wanting to follow in his footsteps. We spent countless hours in the backyard, tossing a ball back and forth, talking about the future. But my comeback was rough. My body didn't move the way it used to, and my confidence was shaken. I got cut from varsity and had to play down with the sophomores. It felt like a huge step backward, and I questioned if I'd ever get back to where I was. That day I sat in my car, flipping through radio stations, hoping a song would make it all hurt less. I was searching for something, anything, to remind me that things could get better. My senior year I finally made the varsity team but barely played, just 11 innings total. It was a bittersweet victory, and I often wondered if all the effort was worth it. It would have been easy to quit. There were so many moments when giving up seemed like the only option, but I held on to this stubborn belief. I could still become great. Deep down I knew that my story wasn't over yet. If things were going to change, it was up to me. I realized that no one else could do the work for me. I had to find the strength to keep moving forward. 2 years after my injury, I started college at Denison University. It was a fresh start, a chance to rebuild not just my body but my entire life. That's when everything shifted, and I discovered a surprising truth. Small habits done consistently can change everything. Each day I focused on tiny wins, making my bed, writing in my journal, showing up for class. Over time, those little actions added up to real progress. Subscribe for the next part of my journey. I can't wait to share what happened next and how those small steps led to big changes. Thanks for spending your time with me, and have a great day. Remember, no matter how tough things get, you're stronger than you think.